good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from Tampa. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The drive starts with a run by White. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 28-yard line.
Opting to run again here with White. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for them there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He stiff arms him, and he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. to throw once more. And that will be incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones from 8 yards out. And the Packers are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in there. maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
2nd and 10. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. On 3rd down, a run from White. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Here's Watson. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Rodgers now on 1st down. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's 2nd and a yard. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 22, Rodgers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Stop for the loss by Devin White.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They stay on the ground with White. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Brady gives this to White. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Brady going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 21-zip. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On second down, here's Rodgers. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
From the 39, Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. Room here to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Hey, 26.
On second and a couple. Rodgers, and it's caught. Touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On first down, Brady.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he's got room.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
The ultimate speedster showing that speed in front of this home crowd. They love that.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to reward him for that one. A big-time monster run.
On first and 10, here's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now a play fake, Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Now back to the ground game with White.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1. They'll run for it. This is White. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Brady. And a catch right side by Evans. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tom Brady hooking up with Mike Evans there. And the Bucs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ballgame, obviously, coming here in the third quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question. We'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Rodgers. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that will bring up second down. Throwing is Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. Here's Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 14. 78 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This one swung out here to Jones. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Packers have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They start to drive with White. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll try the right side here with White. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And Brady's throw there incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
72. Check it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. It's caught at the 10.
And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 41 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Here's White.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Once again, it's White.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rashad White.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Buccaneers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's on.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones.
82 yards.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Returnable for Watson. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and really it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win, and here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't they?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This wasn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on.